Hello friends, I am out and about on location, and instead of coffee I got some black cherry sparkling water. So cool. Without further ado, I'm Paulie and this is Paulie's Power Hour. So here I am, I'm out and about, I'm traveling and doing all kinds of fun stuff. So obviously I have Big Mama with me, and the trailer's back at the garage because we towed the trailer back last time. In a classic piss moment, I broke my glove box. This hinge right here, that's no bueno. That's broken. So I went to my local hardware store and I got some continuous hinge. And yeah. We're going to see if this works. And if it doesn't, well, then I'm going to have to spend a bunch of money to buy another cheap plastic hinge that's probably going to break in another 20 years or so. So, yeah, let's get to work. So I started by emptying the glove box so I don't make as much of a mess. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the screws. The next thing I did was I just separated the plate from the glove box liner. Why am I doing this? Why wouldn't it just be easier to go to like LMC truck and buy a new one? Because this is the original option sticker for my truck, and I don't want to lose this sticker, and I don't want to risk taking it off the liner, and I don't want to buy another plastic hinge that's just going to break in another couple years. So plus it says retain this label as a permanent record. Got to do what the dealer says, right? So now we have the liner. And I have my hinge. So the idea here is these are the mounting holes that correspond with the truck, and I want to get this as close to the bottom of this as I can. This is going to come off, and then I am going to use some pop rivets and a drill. I'm going to drill this, and I'm going to pop rivet this in place. And then I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to make new holes, or if I'm going to drill holes in this to use the existing mounting holes. I got to look and see again what kind of holes they are. So, alright, let's get to work. Alright, now that I got this cut, I'll line this up. Okay, so this is in the truck like this, which means this is going to be here like this, which means this is going to fold down like this. You want to make sure the hinge is oriented in the right way. It would be really bad to put it on this way and limit my travel. So I'm going to put it here, and then we're going to hinge it down, and these are the stoppers naturally on the truck that stop it. Now I'm choosing to use pop rivets because this is plastic. Now there's not going to be a whole lot of load on this, but I am electing to use these big Mama Jammas right here, and I'll tell you why. I was going to use these little guys, but you see this? I didn't want this, it barely covers up that hole. I didn't want any kind of movement or slippage. So this fits through the hole of this, right, perfectly. The head of the rivet covers the hole. It'll go over that, and according to my aluminum dome blind rivets, I need 5 32nds or 3/16. 3/16 drill bit's the perfect size. Alright, outstanding. So I've got 5 of these, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. So I am gonna do one here. I'm gonna do one here. That's 2. I did pack a little 6 demon bag when I was coming out here thinking I'd be doing this project, because I broke it right before I left. So little electric drill, watch your hands. bing, bada bang, a bada boom. And because this is plastic, I'm just going to use a razor blade. A nice sharp razor blade. There we go. Close that up so I don't cut myself. Okay. Now, I've got that one started. I'm not going to cinch that all the way down yet because I'm going to be able to wiggle this around and get this next rivet in here. It's just like doing anything else. You don't want to put all your hardware in tight. Pull on that. The rivet's not coming out. I can still wiggle this. Hinge. So I've temporarily reassembled the glove box. There's the hinge, okay. And I'm trying to figure out where this thing is going to lay. Now obviously the hinge is going to go up like this. Now I think what's going to happen is because I looked and these were just holes that were drilled into the sheet metal down here. So I think I'm going to use some of my own sheet metal screws, probably the same number of ones that I used for consistency with the rivets, to hold this in place. That tight, we can test operation of the glove box. Okay, so here's what I discovered. I discovered that in order for this thing to line up right, remember how these holes were down a little bit further than the stock holes? Well, I used self-tappers to hold this in place. Was I took these pieces of cardboard and I stuck them in here on both sides to make sure that I had an even gap. Okay, they were more secure than that. And then I noticed that these holes are lower than the stock holes. So no matter what, I was not going to be able to use the stock mounting holes in order to mount this glove box, which, okay, it kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? So I used self-tappers because it was just self-tap drilled into the sheet metal from previous, and because this hinge is going to be here, you're never going to see it. So now you take the pieces of cardboard out, open the glove box, close the glove box, open the glove box, close the glove box, good to go. Alright, so I've redisassembled the glove box and I have masked off the plastic and I am painting it and it is drying. I opted for a flatter black color because there's not a whole, besides the glossy paint, the red, there's not a whole lot of other gloss differing color components, if you know what I mean. I felt that if I were to try and paint it a different color red, that it would contrast too much and would look like crap. And if I painted it any other color, like a gloss black or something like that, I thought it maybe would attract too much attention to itself. Of course, if I don't like it, I could always take it all apart again and repaint it. But I would be remiss if I didn't show you how this glove box latch works. So it breaks down into these three pieces. Okay, you have the retaining nut, then you've got the inside part with the latch, and then you've got your striker. So obviously this goes to the back side, this goes to the front side, and it screws together. Now, you see this little hole right here. These two little latches. These two little latches right here. Okay, so this needs to be in the up position. So with it in the up position, this slides in. And you push on that, and boom. Now you have a latch. When you turn it, boom. And this is how it sits in the glove box. You want to take it apart, you want it latched. And you see this little guy right here, you push in on him, and you pull on the knob. There it goes. And then when you rotate it around, you'll see this bronze guy right here. You push on him, and you pull it out. And then this is left sitting in the glove box. I used a pair of needle nose pliers. I jammed them in here, and I spun this out. And it comes apart. That is how you take apart the glove box latch for a Square Body Chevy. Now the one thing you might be asking yourself is, why the extensive mask job? Well, I wanted to kind of keep the glove box liner in its original, semi-original shape. Like obviously I just drilled into it and put rivets in it, right? But look at this, there's this mark here that came from the factory. I don't know what that means, but I am a huge nerd for things like that. Like, I love original markings. It's kind of like an archaeology project when you take things apart and you find these original markings like this. So I like to kind of keep them intact. Plus, here is the finished product. I really think if you get in the truck, you're not like, and you don't know this is here or this is not supposed to be here, I'm pretty sure you won't notice it at all. And the most important part is, what's that? It works perfectly. Lines up, it's nice and even. Hell yeah, I like it. So there we go, folks. A little bit of time, ingenuity, a quick 6 demon bag of tools and parts here. You too can accomplish great things. So I'm going to go ahead and clean all my tools up here, put everything away, lock my boxes up, and go in and enjoy some dinner. So thanks for swinging by. I'm Paulie. This is Paulie's Power Hour. Like, subscribe, and you keep that hammer down. I'll see you soon.